Testing 1, 2, 3, people. Doo-doo, doo-doo, boom-ba-doo. All right. Yeah. All right. What up, people? What's going on? How y'all doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. It is live and direct. Yes, it is. It's Monday. How y'all feeling? Hello, my people on Periscope, my people on Facebook, my people on the YouTube. Thank you so much. And we did a test earlier. Let me just make sure we are actually streaming on both platforms. Facebook, we're in the house. What's going on, my people? Beautiful people of Facebook, Margarita Silver Potts, Nicole, Bill, Lynn, Laura, Veronica, Tim, Ginger. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, George. Thank you, John. They showed up on Facebook. Share this out on Facebook, guys. I saw a complete corporate hack on Facebook earlier. He had like 400 viewers on Facebook. My job is to demolish him totally. He's a hack. Got to get rid of this guy. So can we share it on Facebook to get the numbers up on Facebook? Hook me up with that, please, guys. Come on now. Let's all chip in. Let's dig down deep. All right? He's bad. He's corporate. He's neoliberal. He's neoliberal guy. We gotta make him look bad. We gotta make him want to fire his outreach people. Now let me go over to YouTube. YouTube people, can you share as well and tweet it out and stuff on YouTube? What's up, YouTube? How you doing, Omar and Karen and the squad and Rick Boy and Jenna, Brian Crosby and PA and Jim Garrison and Princess Queen and Candy. What's up, Candy? Whole crew, man. I got a lot of people on YouTube. Shout out, YouTube people. Check us out. Check us out, Joe and John. What's happening? Eli, what's up, man? Thank you for all you do. Rev Marie, if you're in the house. Sign of the Times, you sharing it? Thank you, Sign of the Times. And us. Yes. All right. Tomorrow's a big day, guys. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow, I'm calling it Super Tuesday Part 2. Yeah, it's a big deal what we got going on in tomorrow. So, hey, look, I'm prepared not to have much sleep. I'm prepared to drink a lot of coffee over the next few days because it's going to be back-to-back stuff that we have to do. I got to keep you up to date. I got to make sure I don't subject you to having to watch cable news to find out what's happening. So with that, we'll get the party started. So just so everybody knows what's happening tomorrow, it's a big deal because we have a lot of voting going on, okay? So everyone knows about Michigan, but we also, because Michigan has the most delegates. Tomorrow, 125 delegates are up for grabs in the state of Michigan. But Mississippi's also voting, as is Missouri, as is North Dakota and Washington State. Open primaries in Michigan, open in Mississippi, open in Missouri, open in North Dakota, mixed in Washington primary. Okay? So this is important, very important for Bernie Sanders to do well tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. This is an opportunity to get out there and make it happen. So everybody's been on the campaign trail, got a lot to talk about with that, but that's what's happening tomorrow. It is important. It is significant. It's very important. As Bernie Sanders said, every state's very important. Iowa's important, at least we thought it was until he won it. Then it became not so important. New Hampshire was important. I'm talking about cable media. New Hampshire was important until he won New Hampshire. Then it became, Nevada was important. until he won Nevada. It's like, oh, God. Then what became more important was, of course, South Carolina, which he didn't win. That's when it really became important. See, when he loses, that's when it's important. When he wins, it's not important. It's funny how that works, guys, but that's the way it works. And that's what you got to get through your head, is that that's the way the game is rigged. So, what you got to ask yourself, guys, if it's your first time tuning into the Tim Black Show, and you're like, why is this guy Tim Black, why is he like Bernie Sanders? What's wrong with him? Why is this black guy caping for Bernie Sanders? First of all, I'm not wearing a cape. This is a blazer. Second of all, you should ask yourself why everybody else against him. Gotta ask. So if you're wary of the system to begin with, which I think most people are, they look at the system and go, well, I don't know about this system. Well, then you got to wonder, like, you got to start thinking, like I did, like when I started, like, getting into politics, it's like, if I don't trust the system, because, like, I'm from the 80s, where crack mysteriously appeared in our neighborhoods, and then all of a sudden, they start giving guys football numbers because there were no jobs. It was redlining. We lived in the hood, the ghetto, the hood. We couldn't even get places. Like, it was hard to ascend, to get a good job. Tuition was going up. People didn't have opportunity. And drugs came in just in time for the misery and the end of the civil rights movement. The people were like, hey, whoa, there's got enough blacks in here. We don't need to go overboard. You found a couple blacks. We got a black woman. That's two minorities at one time. She black and she a woman. Check 2 boxes. So that's when crack came in. So I'm always very wary of the system and anybody that goes along with the system. I'm always looking at them like, who goes there? So that's the question you might want to ask yourself, is why do the people that seem to be the most attached to the system hate this guy so much? What is it about him? Go the other way. When they're all going one way, going, he's bad. What's bad about him? Well, his policy, he want health care. Oh, okay. Don't seem that bad. I kind of need health care. Why is that bad? Because it's bad. Don't you go listen to his crazy communist socialists. Don't do it. So what you have to say, if you're new to this show, this is a Bernie progressive channel. I'm a Bernie supporter. I'm unabashed. I wear it on my sleeve. I talk about it every day. That's what we do here. We don't hedge. We don't bring on people with Republican talking points and listen to them all day and go, yeah, that sound good. Hey, we get enough viewership from this shit? Great. We got a lot of viewership from this. And then next week, when viewers start going lower because the people upstairs say, hey, you need to talk about this, then they all of a sudden they kiss Bernie's ass again. No, we believe in the movement because we are revolutionaries on this channel. That's what we're about. We fight the power. We talk about social issues. I'm a black man with a black wife, living in a black house, got black kids, got black friends and white friends. But I'm a black man who's proud of being black, and we say that all the time here. We don't kowtow like some of these other so-called progressive shows that got black people that don't want to be black people. They want to be something. I don't know what's up with them. But that's what makes us crazy. And then we got a show on Friday nights where people call in from all over the world. They be black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, all types of folks from different walks of life, Asian American, Japanese American, Filipino, whatever they are. They come in, Taiwanese. They all call up in the show. They're like Tim Black. Some people be Muslim. Some people be Catholic. Some people be Jehovah's Witness. Some people be Methodist. Some people hate religion. And they all call into the show because we speak truth to power on every issue that we touch. We never, ever hedge. So become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack today. Do that on patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. And I love Mondays. I love Mondays when I got the fire in the belly and the fat. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rumble, young man. Rumble, and rumble we will. So instead of asking yourself, why does Tim Black support Bernie Sanders, ask yourself, why don't more people support him? Why don't the talking heads on my local cable show, why don't they support him? Why do they support Biden? They both old, they both white. Why is Biden the guy? Why they like Biden so much? What he done did? All right. Why he's so great? He played the sax. He got hot sauce in his purse. What's up? What up? Did he pass a great bill or form of legislation to disproportionately help black people get ahead? No, he didn't, Johnson. Oh, he worked for Obama for a while. It has no legislation at all that directly impact black people at all. But since he worked for Obama as Obama's VP, that means he great. Because, you know, he had a boss who was black one time. All right, so let's get it going, guys. I want to try to nail this tonight. We're going to try to nail this, okay? I got a couple clips I want to run by you. The first clip I want to run by you is, so the talk is this, and I'm not going to mince words with you guys. One of the problems that I'm seeing is a lot of people hedging and scared to say it. The beauty of being independent media is you don't got to hedge. You just say what it is. Biden has dementia. Something wrong with him. The elevator stuck between floors. The picnic basket got a hole in the bottom of it. The pinball machine don't have power. The pilot light is out. The heat is out. The shoestrings pop. The belt buckle slip. The brakes is shot. The carburetor won't start. There's a nail in the bottom of the shoe. The heel of the shoe is gone. The roof got a leak. Whatever you want to call it that make you feel good inside, however you need to deliver it to thyself, deliver that to yourself and understand and accept it. That's reality. That's the way it is. It happens to not everybody, but it happens to somebody's. It happens every day. Every day, people who get a certain age, things can happen. It doesn't mean it just happens. It's life. Okay, it's what happens to some people. Don't happen to everybody. Some people loosen as hell. At 95, just be like, what up? I say, sir, could I talk to you about it? No, I don't need to talk. No, young man, get off my desk. Get off my steps. Get off my steps. But sir, let me explain. You don't need to explain. Must be hard, young man. What do you mean hard, sir? Hard because you can't read. The sign said no trespassing. Hard to go through life blind, obviously, because you didn't. And he was 95. So it's not an age thing. It's just the way the dice roll. Why is anything the way it is? Why is Bruce Jenner trapped in a man's body? Why did they take off, I don't know, The Wire? No one knows why things happen. Why did the View get picked up again? Why did it get renewed? I don't know. Things happen. So anyway, so that's the point. So the point is, Joe Biden, he's over. He's done. He should be done in the real world, in a world that's just. Joe Biden's somewhere on the beach with his wife, Jill, chilling. He had a good time. He's fishing because he's already fishing. He don't know it. He could be fishing right now. I'm not so sure he knows if he is or isn't. And that's the joke. And that sounds cruel and bitter. That's the exact joke that Trump used today on Biden. He said, I would go after Biden, but I don't even know he know I go after him. I mean, it's so dismissive, and they think that guy will beat Trump. But I digress. Let's go to this. My bad, guys. Let me back up. Let me at least set the clips up a little bit. Let me set this clip up a little bit. We might. I want to hopefully things okay. So there's a show called The Michael Brooks Show. On The Michael Brooks Show, Michael Brooks was talking about another show, the Joe Rogan Podcast. And he played a couple of clips from the Joe Rogan Podcast. I'm hoping that since Michael Brooks' show is still up, maybe my show will stay up when I play these couple of clips. We're going to throw caution to the wind. The point is this. A lot of people blame Joe Rogan for all types of things. Bottom line is he got the most popular podcast in the nation. He don't pretend to be an expert on politics, but he's like an everyman, like the average guy who like pays a little bit of attention and goes back and doing what he likes to do. You know, that's what most people do, you know. Most people are not Tim Black. Most people are not you. If you're somebody who's got their head in this politics thing. Most people kind of peek in every once in a while, see what's going on, and then they check back out. They go to work, they raise their kids, they watch whatever shows they like watching, they do whatever they like to do, fishing, boating, boxing, MMA, whatever it is they like to get into. That's Joe Rogan. So from that perspective, he's not supposed to know everything about politics. He ain't a politician. That's why his insight's important. So here goes a clip of Joe Rogan with a guest talking about Joe Biden and the things that they have seen. that cause pause. All right, check it out.
He's losing a lot of. I tweeted something this morning because there was someone put up a video of of models on a runway on a catwalk, and they're all tripping and falling at the same spot. These dumb shoes they're wearing, and I was like, "This is Biden's brain cells." It's like they think they're on the right path until they get to the spot, and then they just can't fucking.
Did you see the thing that he was talking about? God creating women.
No.
And then
he called his wife his sister or some shit.
I forget what it was. I forget what the gaffe was, but it was one of those. We listened to him like, what are you saying? Like it's like he has no brakes. Like
Right.
his car is going down the hill. It's like, oh, geez, I hit a fucking tree.
He's like, hit the wall, fuck
There
it.
it is. Can't remember the word creator. Refers to God as the thing.
Hey, actually, I like that more. That's funny.
You know what I think? I have a different
The
take
ding.
on it. Let's play it because I have a different take on it because when I listened to it, I said, "Oh, I know what he's doing."
Which one do you think it is? His first
The
or second?
bottom one, the second one.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to. Here, let's
We
play.
hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Stop. Pause. You can't be president.
What?
Stop. Pause. Pause. Listen, we can't play any games here, folks. This is a really old man who can't talk. Like, this is not a joke. Like that right now. You know
Yeah.
the thing? Play that again. Play that again. This should get you into a mental hospital.
Right.
They should be like, hey, Joe, are you all right?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the
He
thing.
had 3 strokes while he was saying that. The first one, what was that word? Self-evident? Is that what
We
he
hold
said?
these truths to be self.
What you just saw there were 2 regular guys talking about what anybody else would say after watching that clip, which was, what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? That's supposed to be our leader? He can't spit a sentence out. And like, I'm not a big fan of mumble rap, but after a while, I do understand it. What Biden's doing is a worse version of mumble rap I probably ever heard. And that guy wants to be president. And the mumble rappers don't want to be anything except a little bit paid. Or a lot paid, but, keep it real. It's not going to happen, Johnson. I'm old school. But the point of the fact is that this is what regular folks would think after hearing a Joe Biden clip. Not the operatives that permeate Twitter. Yeah, see, we got these people on Twitter that got these check marks. They got jobs working for cable news places or cable, they write for cable blogs or Democratic left-leaning or corporatist blog sites or whatever. And they spew how horrible it is to talk about Joe Biden's obvious dementia early onset dementia. It ain't even, first of all, it's not even early, Johnson. It's not even early, okay? When you're 76, anything you die from is a natural cause. Okay? I hate to say it because my parents are older and I'm not getting any younger. But it's reality. We all leave. Everybody can't live to be 95. Okay? But the bottom line is this is what normal people would say after seeing the clip if they are not employed. See, as Bernie supporters, we're getting chastised for calling out what we see obviously with Joe Biden, which is an incapacitation, which is the dimming of the lights, which is the slowly winding down of the battery in the vehicle, which is slowly sunsetting. And they're calling us names. They're saying we're cruel for calling it out. They're not saying we're wrong, though, because you can't say we're wrong, because what Joe Rogan and his guests are describing, what they're talking about, is what anyone else would say. They're talking about reality, what they see in front of them, and what they see is a man who can't form a sentence, who's talking in front of people. It continues.
He's losing a lot of. I tweeted something this morning because there was someone put up a video of.
Be like, hey, Joe, are you all right?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the
He
thing.
had 3 strokes while he was saying that. The first one, what was that word? Self-evident? Is that what
We
he
hold
said?
these truths to be self-evident.
But it
Yeah.
didn't even sound right. Hear it again. Listen to it.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
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 He's drunk. That dude's either drunk or he can't talk.
We are just choose to be self-evident.
He shouldn't be doing this anymore.
Self-evident.
And then he says, when he goes, he could have just said all men and women are created, and he could have just said equal and gotten out of there and been like, fuck it. And instead he goes,
By the,
we get
see,
made.
I think he didn't want to say the creator because there's a lot.
So the bottom line is that what we have is we have a person who's losing steam very quickly. He's doing it right in front of us, and it is a travesty that they're allowing that guy to do that. This is that they're forcing him to do that in front of us. It is shameful. And I want people to really think about how this is senior abuse. Yeah, it's like you put the person out there who's lacking, who for no fault of their own is in this situation. They have a condition, and you're making fun of them, or you're allowing them to embarrass themselves on the world stage just so you can make money off of them. Not unlike the child stars whose parents robbed them of their whole childhoods and then take all their money and go blow it on whatever they blow it on, fur coats or diamonds or convertibles for dad's midlife crisis. This is what happens. And that is exactly what's happening with Joe Biden. But in this case, they're not blowing it on diamonds. They're blowing it on wars. They want to blow it on wars. They want to blow it on exploratory banking instruments like the freaking, the got us in the first problem we had with Wall Street. That's what they want to do. These derivatives that they make up. They want to use Joe Biden as an instrument. And they don't care if he gets mocked. And it's so depraved. They don't care if that guy has his finger near the button. They don't care if that guy gets to use a pen and executive order shit. And he's going to be a puppet if anything. That's it. Now, most presidents are probably already puppets, but at least they know they're puppets. And there's somewhere in there could be a little bit of inkling of pushback where a president can push us in the right direction some way, somehow. But what you have with Joe Biden is exploitation of the elderly. Just like it is inhumane, unethical, criminal to have your way with a person who cannot give you permission. Joe Biden is almost at that place. I mean, Joe Biden, his lights ain't on, man. His lights ain't on, and they're willing to say, you know what, we'll take that guy over your guy because your guy wants to give people health care, give people tuition free. Local college. Your guy wants to end the wars. Your guy wants to bring troops home. Your guy wants to legalize marijuana. Well, we'd rather have a guy, we don't know what he's going to say, what he's going to do. He can't complete a sentence. He can't clear a vowel. He can't clear the alphabet. He can't run it through. He can't clean the bone of a popular saying. From our Constitution, but they want that guy to be president. And if you say, I don't care what they say about me. They've already said it. Okay? But if you or anyone says anything about it, they come for you. They say that you're part of the problem. You're insensitive. You're a Bernie bro. And the new one is you're a Russian bot. Yeah, only Russian bots can see now. Yeah, because this is something anyone can see or identify. So, but they say if you are calling this out, so Bernie bros and Russian bots are calling out Joe Biden's, they're calling Joe Biden out for his health concerns about his faculties, his mental acuity. These Bernie bros and Russian bots. So evidently the rest of America can't see nor hear. That's what they're saying. Because anyone who saw or heard that would think something ain't right. But the problem is he don't get better. He doesn't get better. Right now, Joe Biden, and they're pretty much doing this entire election, what has happened is they've been hiding Joe Biden from public eye. He go to venues for a couple minutes, pop in, pop out. Keep the venue small. That way he turn off less voters. That's been the strategy of the Joe Biden campaign. Hide Joe has been the strategy. So I got into an issue earlier today with somebody on Twitter. Bree Newsom. I think she climbed the wall or climbed a statue or something. I think she's a notable black woman in progressive circles, but I had to check her because she's like, the problem with the Bernie Sanders campaign obviously are the toxic Bernie bros, his lack of outreach to the blacks and whatever. We were killing it. We won Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada. No one's ever done that. And then the establishment swooped in, saved Joe Biden in South Carolina, and then pretty much every establishment creature all jumped in and endorsed Biden at once at the 11th hour. And you leave that out of your tweet. You're not including that in your analysis. Well, if you can't include that in your analysis is faulty, it's flawed, or it is biased, and worse, it is insincere. Disingenuous, not an analysis, but more so a co-signing of corporate neoliberal BS. So, guys, this is where we're at. And we're going into yet another important election date. And we got the wind coming at us, and we got to fight through the wind. But this issue with Joe Biden, it's not going to go away. This will continue. Because he will continue. He won't get better. You don't get better. You manage it. But you can't manage it hiding. He can't hide. He can't hide through a primary. He got to come out. He going to have to come out and talk to people. He ain't going to be able to just hide his room, which is what he should be able to do. Once again, it's what he should be able to do. He's being used by people who don't care about him. Maybe he wants to too. I don't know. He could. He's tried to be president a number of times. Maybe he wants to do it. Okay? I can't say it's just everyone else pushing him. But it's not just about what he wants, is it? Do you think the people of South Carolina really saw how deteriorated Joe Biden is? You really think Clyburn sat down and talked to the people? Well, listen, people. Joe is losing it, but he's a good man. And sure, he can't speak a whole sentence. We don't need him to be able to talk. We don't need him to be able to put together thoughts. We don't have a problem with the man with the control of the armed forces who can't clear a sentence or complete a thought with his finger near the trigger. We don't have a problem with that at all because we know Joe. I don't think that's the conversation that Clyburn had with the great people of South Carolina, which has started this travesty known as the Joe Biden comeback. I think it was omitted. Besides Joe Rogan, because you know they're going to say Joe Rogan's a white supremacist. He wasn't a white supremacist on Fear Factor, man. Why is it every time somebody doesn't like do what you want them to do, they like a horrible something. They're like a white like come on, man. You could just not like the guy. You don't have to call him a white supremacist. Technically, you're a white supremacist and you're black. I mean, you can be a white supremacist and be black too, Johnson. In fact, a lot of you act that way. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. We're gonna get to the bone. We're gonna clean the bone on all this crap. And yes, I've been watching too much Hot Wings or whatever that thing is. All right. I got a couple more clips. I want to get to it. I want to make sure people are with me because we're going into a fight here tomorrow. I want everybody prepared and know what we're going up against, and we're going to have something for all of that, but we all have to be on the same page. And I know you work for a living, and you got things that you have to do, and you may not be up on this stuff, but I wanted to share it with you. It's important that you know. Okay. Here's what we want to say. Before I do this clip, let me say what this is, okay? Let me bring you up to speed on this. Okay, so today, Bernie Sanders held a town hall on Fox News. On that town hall, people asked some questions. One of the questions was about Joe Biden, what I just brought up. An actual person, I think she was a student at a university in Michigan, and she was asking a question about Biden's fitness. And she said, well, you know, and I'm paraphrasing here, she said, well, Joe Biden, when I hear him answer questions, a lot of times he doesn't make much sense. What do you think about Joe Biden's inability to make sense when he talks? And Bernie Sanders was like, look, I'm not here to disparage Joe Biden. I don't want to make attacks on the man. That's not what I do. That's not how I roll. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. What I will say is that typically when you have a town hall event or when you give speeches, you should speak for a length of time. I noticed that I saw a speech that Joe Biden gave. It was only 7 minutes. He only spoke for 7 minutes. Other people spoke, and then he spoke for 7 minutes. To me, that's not enough time to, like, convey thoughts, to express what you would do in given situations. I know when I give a speech, I have to go down a list. So some people would say, well, you know, Bernie should have went a little harder on this issue. Bernie should have stuck it to Biden harder. But here goes a clip of when they pressed him. The moderators sort of pressed. It's not really moderators, it's a town hall. The host, the commentators, sort of pushed Bernie Sanders to elaborate a little further, and they played this clip for Bernie.
You just said that 2 minutes ago. Are you forgetting what you said 2 minutes ago? Are you forgetting already what you said just 2 minutes ago?
I think that Castro has some really legitimate concerns about can he be someone in a long, grueling campaign that can get the ball over the line, and he has every right to call that out. There are definitely moments where you listen to Joe Biden and you just wonder.
Are we afraid to say that a lot of his sentences don't make sense, that he's having trouble completing thoughts?
Senator, your thoughts?
I'm not going to go at that level in attacking. Joe and I have, that's for people to decide. All I can say is Joe and I have very significant political differences. And I'm not going to be making, personal attacks on Joe. That's not what I do. But Joe and I, but Brett and Martha, I think, as you know, we have, Joe's been in the Senate and I've been in the Senate and the House for a long time. Joe voted for the war in Iraq. I led the opposition against the war. Joe voted for the Wall Street bailout. I voted against it. Joe has been on the floor of the House over the years talking about the need to cut Social Security, veterans programs, other programs. I have led the opposition to those cuts. Joe's views on women's issues. Joe has supported the Hyde Amendment, which would deny low-income women to use Medicaid funds for their own reproductive needs. I strongly disagree with that approach. So on issue after issue, even in terms of how we raise funds for our campaign, Joe has the support of at least 60 billionaires funding his campaign.
Let me just ask you one quick question. You said a moment ago that he gives 7-minute answers. Are you suggesting that he lacks substance?
No, I didn't. Well, I'm just saying, look, I'm here, we're talking about real issues.
Right.
All right, and we can go on for 3 hours talking about them. If I'm going to give a speech to people, and that was at a rally or event that he held, I can't do it in 7 minutes. There are too many issues. There's healthcare, education, climate change, immigration reform, criminal justice reform. I don't know how you do that in 7 minutes. So all that I'm saying, Martha, is that I think as a candidate for president, you owe respect to the people, and you have to have the courage or the desire to say, hey, this is where I'm coming from. This is my view. You disagree with me? Fine. But I can't do that in 7 minutes of a speech.
Okay. All right. You can't do it in 7 minutes of a speech. He can't just tell you everything he needs to tell you so that you can make an informed decision, so he can give you exactly what he feels that you deserve, which is a full accounting of where he stands on the issues that matter to your life. That's sort of what a politician, that should be a requirement of a politician. Now, I know a lot of politicians fall down on it. They do what is known as the ear fatigue, where they talk in circles until they run out the clock, which is something a number of these candidates did this last cycle. But Bernie's not one of those people. I mean, he tells you what he thinks, and then he talks a bit. But he gives you an answer to your question. But I want to go a little bit deeper here, and I want to just call it what it is. Here's the deal. I'm a person who sees it this way. Bernie, you're not going to be able to run this election or win this election being Bernie. I know it would be nice if you could. It would be nice if you could actually show up and demonstrate and talk about issues that matter and show where you're different, how you're different from Biden, how his voting record is atrocious on a number of issues, how it's not on the right side of history on so many things, whether it be police reform, criminal justice reform, legalizing marijuana, trade deals, war, a number of things, banking regulations, bankruptcies, Social Security, cutting Medicare, cutting Medicaid, cutting veterans. Like, there's a lot There's a lot there. I mean, it's a whole lot there. I mean, there's so much there, Bernie. So much there that you're right. You should be able to just stay there. And it'd be a no contest. If you were playing horse, he'd have no buckets. You'd be on the letter E like this. Kobe. And he'd just shake his head and walk off. He wouldn't even shoot the shot because that's the distance between you and him when it comes to policy. And who has the better policy? Your policy is well above and beyond his policies. Your track record well and above his track record. But that's not good enough because that's not the world we live in, Bernie. Yeah, I'm going to need you, Bernie, to join me in the world of reality. In the world where things ain't right. You already know things ain't right. And I know before you discount it, you say, no, Tim Black, don't tell me that. That's not right. That's not ethical. That's not what we stand for. That's not the way we built this movement. That's not how you build a revolution. Hear me out. We're depending on this. You already beat him in the court of who has best policy. You already beat him on the field of who's done more, who's been real, who hasn't been taking corporate money, who's been fighting for the people. You already beat him in the histrionics of where you stood on the issues when it mattered. You ain't been perfect, but you've been a far cry better than Joe Biden. So you already beat him where you needed to beat him. But see, that ain't how they keep scoring now. And it's too important for you to win. Because I don't want Joe Biden to be my president. And I don't want Joe Biden to be the president for my children. And I don't want Joe Biden just going there and just give Trump a layup. Because let me keep it real. I mean, he ain't going to beat Trump. He'll only beat you if you let him. And when I say let him, I don't mean you're not going to try. But if you don't call this shit out what it is, if you let this guy sputter around the toilet, circle the drain, get away with being a horrible candidate, all because you don't want to hurt his feelings or you don't want to be seen negative, you know what's going to happen? He's going to win, and you're going to have to campaign for him. And I would hate to see that. I don't think I can go through that again. Look, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to go through that again. You're going to have to call this man unfit. You're going to have to say this man is not equipped. You're going to have to change your entire tenor. It's going to come down to that because he is unfit. It's not name calling. The man is unfit. He can't finish the sentence. Now, you don't have to do it like I do it. How I would do it, I'd be like, look, man, you need to just go sit your ass down. You need to just go sit down. You're not equipped. You can't handle this. Game's over. The lights have caught on at the club. Last call for alcohol. It was a good summer. First day of school's coming. Like, that's me. Now, we all know you got more class than that. You're going to do it with a little bit more, subtlety. It's a way to put these things in a way that's in a light that's... But you can't you can't get too fancy because America's not too fancy. No. Americans don't want fancy. They don't want puffery. They just want it blunt. Joe, you kind of don't know what the hell you're talking about. Joe, that's not an answer. Joe, where are you now? Joe, maybe you forgot some stuff, but you voted for these horrible bills. Joe, maybe you forgot some stuff, but for 8 years you were okay with kicking people out the country. You kicked out more people than Trump. You dropped more bombs than Bush. What are you talking about? Respectability. You're part of the reason why we don't have respectability. You're going to have to do that. And it may be uncomfortable. But like when boxers get in the ring, they all get in the ring, and they always know it's a possibility somebody might miss Christmas. We don't want somebody to miss Christmas. We don't want somebody to eat out a straw. But it could happen. Because that's the game, and we knew the job was dangerous when we took it. And I don't think Joe Biden would have a real problem knifing you in the back From the rooter to the tutor, ripping it around, ripping it through, running it around. I don't think he had a problem. I think he licked the blade after it was done. Like, I don't see him as such a nice guy, because every time I look at him on the campaign trail, the slightest question, the little bit of resistance he gets, he tells people to go vote for someone else or get the hell off his lawn. That's the Joe Biden I see. I don't see all warm and fuzzy Joe Biden. I see a guy with policies that's going to kill people. He's literally going to kill people. He has policies that will let people die. Joe Biden, being against the policies that you're supporting. See, this is how I see it. The policies that you support in your campaign are so fundamental and so ethically sound, so humanitarian-based, that to oppose them, to me, is akin to wanting to kill people. Yeah, like if you don't want young black men to have the ability to go get an education that they don't have to go 40 years in debt or 30 years or 25 years in debt to get, then you are pushing them in this system of, and then you got mass incarceration, and you don't want to legalize marijuana, you are pushing them to a life of crime or streets or a combination of something that leads them down the path of either death, early, and then you don't want to give them medical care. You killing black people. They killing black people, Bernie. A humane person would just walk up and pop you in the back of the head. But no, these fuckers are killing us slowly. And I would love reparations, but they killing us, Bernie, and you gonna let them kill us because you don't want to be mean? No, be mean, yo. Be mean, because he's letting us die. 500,000 people, you say it. I don't need to preach, guys. Look, Bernie supporters, you don't have to agree with me. It's fine. We can disagree. I still love you, but you need to hear this shit. There are people down on the street every day. We care more about dogs than we care about people, okay? Don't be like Republicans and think every person who lives in a tent city wants to live there. They just don't want to work for a living. Or every person that's addicted to an opiate chose this life. Yeah, this is what they wanted. They always said, hey, I don't want to be a ballerina. I want to be a meth whore. This is what I want to do. No, I don't believe that. So the humane thing to do, it's counterintuitive. The humane thing to do is to put Biden down. Oh, put him down. You can put him down slow. You can put him down softly. You can be gingerly about it. You can be, whatever you want to be. But he's got to go down because there can't be two nominees. And they are going to try to steal it at the damn convention. So you can't play. You can't be too nice. Don't be so nice. We got, look, these other candidates who know that Biden's not the guy. Like, that Biden shouldn't lead. He shouldn't lead a course. He shouldn't lead a karaoke night. He shouldn't lead a line of people walking to the refrigerator. He should not lead anything. At very best, he should be stuck in the middle where he can't do too much harm, and the person in front can watch him, the person behind him can watch him. He should not be in the lead of anything. He can't take up the rear because he'll meander who knows where. Then find him a couple blocks over in a nightgown singing show tunes. And if he's in the front, he'll lead everybody to their demise. The bottom line is Joe Biden is not equipped, man. And these candidates know it. We got Kamala Harris coming out for Joe Biden. She know Joe Biden ain't right. Cory Booker, Julian Castro. Julian Castro said, did you just forget what you just said? See, that's when the word was handed down. Forget Joe. Get rid of him. It's because they all follow a script, They're all following the words of whatever's handed down on high to them. At this time, when Julian Castro said this horribly true, when he made this statement that cut deep on Joe Biden, they were still operating under the concept that Joe Biden, they didn't want him. That they had somebody else to stop you. They didn't need Joe. When Cory Booker backing up Julian Castro, said, you just wonder. You just wonder. Like, can he take the ball across? Can he take the ball across the goal? Can he? Joe Scarborough, are we just going to sit here and pretend that this guy isn't nuttier than a Snickers bar? Are we just going to... I mean, this was the way they were talking, so they all know it. So, Cory Booker, who was horribly, like, supportive of Joe Biden, after knowing this, after being on the record of saying Joe ain't the guy, he goes today... Cory Booker endorses Joe Biden. Here they go at a speech that Joe Biden gave, thanking Cory Booker for his support, his endorsement. Look at Cory Booker's face as Joe Biden forgets basic shit he should know.
This is a movement to defeat Donald Trump and restore the soul of the country. And it's a campaign for everyone. Our campaigns for everyone who's ever been knocked down, counted out, left behind. And I hope you'll all join us. Together, I think we can win back the House. We're going to keep the House, increase it, and flip the Senate. We talk about that? Yeah. We're going to flip that.
All right, see, we're going to have we don't have time for a lot of cut cards here. We don't have a lot of time to soften it up. It's what it is. Cory Booker was standing there listening to Joe Biden, and Joe Biden, he just said, we're not only going to take the White House, we're going to take back the House. And Cory Booker's eyes fell to the floor as the shame washed over his bald head. And I know what that's like being a bald-headed guy. I vouched for people who didn't deserve it later. I thought better of it. I wish I hadn't done it. I wish I hadn't lent my support to people. I jumped out there. I thought they were good people. I found out later there's some scumbags, opportunists, say anything, trash your name, dog, horrible people. But I didn't know it at the time. And I know what that look of, I know what that looks like. It doesn't feel good. That's the look Cory Booker has on his face. You know, when you set your friend up, you know, girls, you set your friend up with a guy at work, and, you know, she was looking for a good friend, a friend with a good job, and she's been dating some losers lately. You set her up on a blind date with a guy, and the guy turns out to be a complete moron, and she's telling you about the horrible time, and she's like, I thought you said he was a good guy, and you're like, so he showed up with no underwear on? You know, you just feel bad. You know, because that's you. You did that. But you didn't know you had all the good intentions. So I know, see, that doesn't even work, right? Because Cory doesn't have good intentions. His intentions is to stay paid. His intentions are to keep the money in his pocket and keep in good graces with the power structure within the Democratic Party. His intentions are no different than Kamala Harris or anyone else in the Democratic Party who endorsed Joe Biden. All right? This is real. It's no different than Pete Buttigieg looking out for self. Anyone ever doubt that Pete was looking out for self? Amy Klobuchar, careerist, opportunist, looking out for self. She could care less. Right? So that's what these people are doing. Bernie Sanders, Senator Bernard Sanders, I implore you to do the thing that's against your character, which is to go outside your character and to call it what it is. Straight-faced, right through the camera. And no, you're doing this out of righteousness. This is righteousness. You will save many. Literally, you will save lives, sir. And look, I'm not one of these people that think it's delusional that all of a sudden you're just going to walk in the office and all problems will be gone. No, we'll still have to work. And we're going to get to that towards the end of this conversation. Because I think some people are a little bit delusional about this thing we got going on here and how hard it's going to be. But make no mistake about it, Mr. Sanders, Senator Sanders, he got to go down. There can only be one. And he's going to kill people. Do your duty. All right, guys, I'll see you in a few. We have a quick break and come right back. If you want political commentary that is real, insightful, honest, true, Bernie, progressive, you need to come to my channel today, subscribe, and you will get that. I'm Tim Black. I support you. I got your back. We are the voice of the people. Feel the burn. See you there. Johnson. If you want yourself your own personal No Joe button, all you got to do is send me your address. Send it to Tim at TimBlackTV.com, and I'll send you a No Joe button for free. Because no Joe. No Joe. By popular demand, Johnson is here. I have new Johnson designs in my shop. If you want to pick them up, check them out. They are hilarious. They are revolutionary. And they're all Johnson. You're going to love them, man. Check them out. Both parties suck, Johnson. It's one of my favorites. Independent media only, Johnson. Keep it real. We are all Johnson. We are. We're one big community, guys. Go check it out. Independent media only. Johnson's in the house. Both parties suck, Johnson. We are here. They got a special going on right now. Free shipping. Get it today. Wolfpack. Yeah. All right, guys. We good? Thank you. All right, guys. So here we go. Here we are. Everyone hasn't been caught up in the melee of pretending that Joe Biden is somehow a great candidate or somehow he has the wherewithal in order to defeat Donald Trump. Some people recognize that maybe that's not even the total issue. Like, even if he can defeat Donald Trump, there is other things to consider, other things that should be considered along the way that matter. In fact, like, even having that debate, it's very difficult, I think, for Bernie Sanders and his surrogates to say, well, Joe Biden can't beat Trump. Like, I could say that. I don't work for the campaign, okay? So I can say whatever I want to say. It's what I really feel. Even though there's some polling out there that says that Joe Biden could come close or whatever, I don't think he can. I don't think that Joe Biden's going to be inspiring a lot of people to come out, first of all. I don't see Joe Biden getting first-time voters or people who never voted before, people who are apathetic, to somehow become energized and want to come out and vote. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so but put that to the side, okay, for the moment. Put that to the side. Here's the thing, guys. There's some people who are calling this thing straight. Now, something happened that really got me really upset, truly infuriated would be a better word. And that thing that happens, 2 words. South Carolina. South Carolina has got me so upset. I'm telling you guys, last night I couldn't sleep. I just could not sleep because I had in my mind's eye a video I wanted to make about this very issue. Because I've seen some clips lately that really have inspired me. And I thought they went away, guys. I thought it was gone because, I lived through Super Tuesday. And I've been through these things. And with you all, we've all been through this together. The beauty of the Wolfpack, the Tim Black Wolfpack, is that, I listen to numerous calls and all of us talk. And we have a conversation. This ain't a one-way situation, guys. So we've all been sharing our experiences online and throughout this show about how we've been feeling as we go through this traumatic primary season, right? So, yeah, okay. This roller coaster emotional ride, I'm with it on you. I'm not immune to it. I'm dealing with it just like you're dealing with it. I choose to deal with it a certain way. I feel like I had to take action and get involved, and this is my way of doing my own form of activism and such. So, the thing is, South Carolina really stuck in my craw because I know those people. I went down to South Carolina, and these people are not doing well. I met people in South Carolina. I had the opportunity to speak to some of them, and I know they're not doing well. It's not like they're just living high on the hog. Life's great. Everything's fine. And people are just like, oh, I'm good. I don't need no health care. I don't need no damn $15 minimum wage. I don't need, who needs, school? Who wants, I don't want to go to school. We got trade school. We don't need trade school either. Bump a trade school. Don't nobody want to be no plumber, electrician, or carpenter, or HVAC specialist. We don't need to do that. We don't need stuff like that. We just rather do Uber and Lyft and work at Walmart. We just rather do that shit. We rather have 3 gig jobs and no leave. We rather have. I didn't run into a lot of people like that. What I did run into was a scientist who had 4 jobs, all of them part-time, all of them that restricted her hours to the point she had no benefits. Because over 30, she'd get benefits. So they all played the game with her. The market, this market you keep telling me will work it out, that market has conspired against people, you dumbasses. It conspires. It says, oh, we got people who can't find good work. And then they pimp these people. Not unlike a hooker situation, okay? Actually, a real pimp situation is a lot more respectable than what their corporations are doing, because at least the pimp is facing jail time. Like you gotta have a lot of, like, you are really putting a lot at risk to do that. But the corporations risk nothing. And what they're doing is they know they have a pool of people who are desperate. So what do? They work them and work them just enough. They work in places they can't afford to stay in. They clean bids for people that they can't afford to be around. And they work in restaurants they can't afford to eat at. And they work in stores they can't afford to shop in. So I've been in South Carolina. I saw these people. And I know they want better. So they're being lied to. And that bothers me. Like on a visceral level, it bothers me. And as a black man, it bothers me even more because South Carolina is a very black state. It's a very black place. There's a lot of black folks. Black people should be able to use their will in that state to get a candidate that's going to fight for them. At least Joe Biden didn't even have to lie to him about fighting for him. He didn't have to pretend he was going to fight for him. He didn't even have to make promises he couldn't keep. He didn't have to do nothing. He didn't have to do a damn thing. He didn't have to even spend real time there trying to influence anybody. He just showed up and told long, meandering stories with platitudes about restoring something. And these people bought it. Then I saw clips like this that gave me a little bit of hope. This one is Eddie Gard. His clip was pretty amazing. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
Obama's vice president. Final thought. Obama's vice president. Final thought, really quickly. It's ironic to me, and this is not about characterizing what everyday ordinary black folks should be doing. This is just my political position. It's ironic that black folk will provide cover for the moderate conservative wing of the Democratic Party, the very folk who use triangulation to pass welfare reform, to pass the crime bill. The very folk, whenever the general election comes, they bank right and they take black folk for granted. I don't give a damn if Joe Biden knows us. I want to know what the policies are. I don't want empathy. I don't want folk hugging me. Right. I want policy. Eddie Brown, Aaron O'Dell.
Yeah. I hear you, Eddie. But like you said, you speak for yourself. And some people, they don't want anything. Eddie's right. I mean, you would think in a perfect world. I mean, hell, no, hold on, man. Not a perfect world. In a world that's not totally like rancid, right? In a world that is survivable, it would matter that people what they were going to do for you, right? It would matter what the person says they're going to, try to do for the country, the direction, the principles, the policies that they're going to implement, the things they want to get done. Like, when you hire a football coach, it's like everyone knows the football coach wants to go to the Super Bowl. That's it. Then there's steps to get to the Super Bowl. It's hard to say you come in one year, the first year you just take everybody to the Super Bowl. If you don't watch football, just substitute it for anything. Chess champion, I don't know, chess team, debate team, all works the same. Nobody who comes in to hit anything comes in without a clear objective of something they want to accomplish. It's not just do good. any teamwork framework will require you to have some type of objective goal in mind. Not Joe Biden. He didn't show up in South Carolina like, I'm going to make you feel better about being you. And that should be enough. Because I'm Joe Biden and I believe that should be enough for you, and we're going to make you feel better about being American. And we're going to all come back together. We're going to all join hands. We're going to all feel better about one another. And you no longer, you poor-ass people going to feel good about who you are. Because I'm Joe Biden and I believe that, and that's what we do. And as I work with Obama, that's what we did. And Obama. And that was enough for these people. And I'm like, God, man. It's not enough, man, when you dying. It's not enough when you got the high infant mortality rate. When black women are dying 3-to-1 compared to white women just having children. It's not enough. It's not enough just to say, I love everybody. I love black people. Black people love me. We love each other. I respect black people. Good night. It's not enough. He didn't even talk about saving black women from dying having babies. He didn't even talk about legalizing marijuana, getting rid of these damn laws that got these boys in jail or with records. They can't get subsidies. They can't get education. They can't get nothing, son, except back to jail. You understand? They can't get a job. They can't get, you understand? And Bernie's going to legalize it on the federal level. So, Eddie's right. I don't need to be hugged. I don't need you to play no damn sax. I don't need no hot sauce conversations. I don't need to talk about who you like to hang out with or none of that. We just needed, I needed all black people to feel that way. And don't get me with this. I know some white people, I know white people vote for Trump. I know he do the same shit. He lied to. I understand. I ain't talking about that right now. Don't come at me about, we talk about this right now. I'm talking about South Carolina. I'm talking about Super Tuesday. I'm talking about going forward. I'm not talking about what Trump do and what Trump supporters do and all that crap. Yeah, I know. I get it. We're not talking about that right now. And I saw this clip. I said, okay, great. Eddie's got it. I said, damn right, Eddie, tell him. Policy, damn it, policy. Then I saw this couple people were throwing shade on Eddie. Like, well, Eddie didn't vote for Hillary. That guy who used to work for TV One who got fired. Guy who worked for CNN who got fired, passing that question to Donna Brazile, from Donna Brazile to the Hillary campaign. He was giving shade to Eddie for even saying this. Talking about, well, Eddie didn't vote for Hillary, so... people never happy with you. They always got something negative to say. But I was still glad to hear what Eddie had to say, and it's how I feel as well. But then I saw this next clip. The next clip I saw grabbed me and shook me. You know? You ever see something or hear something that was so powerful, it just shakes you awake again. All over again. It revitalizes you. It gives you just enough to like keep going to the next stop. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want that feeling to stay with you as long as possible because you need that feeling. That feeling gave you a second and a third win. Maybe a fourth win too. It was so great. That's this clip I'm about to play for you. That's what I got out of it. I hope that you get similar revitalization out of this clip.
Obama's vice president. Final thought. Obama's vice president.
Final thought.
When it comes to the chocolate side of the country. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No, I got a deep love for my black people. I wouldn't be standing here without black love.
I got to stop there. I got to stop right there. I'm going to play the rest of the clip, but I got to stop there. Just the way this clip begins got me. Because you don't know, like a lot of my white friends, my Latino friends, some of my black friends from other countries, my Asian friends, whatever, right? Korean friends. They don't understand how black, like being black in America, how it's affected us in this way that people don't feel good about themselves, okay? It's not just, racism isn't just how you feel about black people as a person who's not black. It's also how black people feel about black people. And for Dr. Cornel West to be in a room full of people that have different colors and say, I'm a proud black person, I love black people, to be able to say that, to say it and not give a shit, to not apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all, but I love being black. And being black is not like you don't understand. In this system that we're in, you'll be lucky to get a black person to even do that. Now, I do it. I say, I'm black. I got a black wife, black kid, black car, black house, black children, black, Tim Black. Right? Don't mean I don't love you, just to mean I don't love me any less. You get what I'm saying? And that's important because we got this history in this country. Okay? It's a horrible commercial. There's a touching video, real quick, a touching video on Instagram I saw of a little black girl telling her mother that she's ugly. The child looked like she's 3. It tears me up, man. She's 3 years old and she says she's ugly because she's dark-skinned. She says that to the mother and then she bawls out crying. If you've seen this clip, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Eddie Griffin, comedian. But the point is, Dr. Cornel West has no problem saying he loved being black and that these black people, what they've done for him. So I want the clip to continue, and then I want you to listen to what he says. So he says, I love black people, I love this, but now let me get down to business. Let me say y'all some real shit. Check this out.
When it comes to the chocolate side of the country. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No, I got a deep love for my black people. I wouldn't be standing here without black love, without my mom and my daddy in Shiloh Baptist Church and Willie P. Cook, my vacation Bible school teacher. And I say, what has happened that first black leadership itself has become so open to just money and status, rather than bearing witness to a justice that makes them over against the status quo. Black people historically have always been the most progressive community in the history of this nation. 244 years of white supremacist slavery, 100 years of neo-slavery called Jim and Jane Crow. We've been on the cutting edge, but since the 1940s, since 40 years ago, all of a sudden we got a wave of black middle-class folk who think that somehow their access to opportunities is the measure of black progress rather than Precious, Shaniqua, and Jamal on the corner. So they didn't really zero in on the mass incarceration regime. They don't talk about the decrepit school systems in the hood. They don't talk about inadequate housing. They don't talk about not enough jobs with a living wage. They don't talk about the need for Medicare for everybody that's going to disproportionately help black people and brown people and red people. What has happened to our black leadership? Some of them just sold out. Other ones have just given up. And the rest of them, they're so scared. They're so addicted to the familiar. They don't want to step out on the best. They want to settle on the mediocre and the middling. I'm going with the best of America. I'm going with Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, it gives me life, man. Gives me life. Gives me life, man. Gives me spirit, gives me inspiration and motivation to keep on going on. May not have a complexion for the protection from the collection, but I do have courage and I got a willingness to fight. So like Dr. Cornel West lays it down, man, and this is the problem. And I've seen it firsthand myself. I see it firsthand myself in what I do, and it's in media. There are people, man, they just want to get to where they want to get to. They don't care how they get there. They make excuses for Jim Clyburn. Well, Jim Clyburn is a good man. You ain't a good man if you're selling out poor black people who don't know that you're selling them out. How is that good? What's good about that guy? No, you don't get to sell out people to betray their trust and then people call you good. because you're doing good. See, there's a difference. See, what we had conflated, the problem we have, we confuse people doing well or people living well and their goal to live well instead of do well. That's it. That's it. It should be the other way. It should be the people that do well for the most people. Those people who do well, they do good in the world. Those people should be exalted, not just the people who have wealth or the people that live well. But see, that becomes the goal. And I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry, sister, but if your goal is just to live well, go to hell. I hope you fail. I hope you fail. Because for you to do well, you have to do well to live well. If you live well the way you want to live well, you're not doing well for others. What you're doing is you're willing to sacrifice everything that matters just for you to get up the ladder. You're willing to throw us to the wolves just so you can pull up in something like Suge. And that's not good enough, man. So I want you to fail. I want you to fail hard. I want you so bad. Look, I want it to be so bad that you realize, that you get humbled, that you understand it ain't about you having new house, new car, living with these people, going to these fancy places, doing these fancy things. And I'm telling you, that has been the problem I've seen in South Carolina. We got people who that's their focus, and those people have the ear of other people, because other people, other black people who don't have anything, look at those people and go, well, they're doing well. They got some stuff. They are living well. They are living so well. We need to listen to them. But they have no intentions of taking you with them. In fact, for them to live well, you have to continue to fail. That's what misleadership is all about. So what Cornel West is laying out, it inspired me because I know if he's doing it, I can keep doing it. There's always room for more of us to fight the good fight. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take all of us realizing that it ain't about the accumulation of wealth. It's about what we're doing for everyone else. So Cornel West said what we're doing, what's happening now in the black community is too many people worried about status and climbing the ladder than taking care of one another, taking care of those without, taking care of the Shaniquas and Daquans and Curtis and them and James and them and all the block, the hood, the community, our neighbors, our friends, our family members, our parents. We worried about how far up the ladder we could get. And that exists in all cultures. But I'm talking about when you got an opportunity to hold these people's feet to the fire in a place like South Carolina, in a place like Michigan, hold their feet to the fire. Hold it to the fire. Make them have policy. I haven't met a single person that told me what Joe Biden claims he's going to do for us. Not just black people, any people. What he going to do? Oh, it's going to make people feel better about he can win. That all? Really? That's it? He can win? That's all this is. He can win. So you that afraid of Trump that all it take in the primary for him to get your vote? Because, look, coming to general, hey, we ain't there yet. We're in the primary. And this guy, you vote for him because you think he can beat Trump, but he ain't offering you anything. He's not offering anybody anything. He has no big plan for you at all. Just so that when you cut on the TV, you don't see Trump anymore. That's all you want? That's all. That's not going to fix anything. You know what? If you want to just get rid of Trump, just cut the TV off. Case closed. There you go. You don't see him, he's gone. What does that do? I told you Biden deported more Latinos than Biden and Obama deported more Latinos than Trump. So what are we talking about? What are we talking really? What is it? Oh, war? Obama had us a war every day of his presidency. He dropped more bombs his first year than Bush did his whole presidency. So I'm trying to understand what you're talking about. What is Trump doing that's so much worse than Obama that we can't even try to get somebody in there who's going to have programs that he's going to try to fight for that'll be better than what we got now? Or you just believe we can't have better? You just believe you don't deserve better. Well, you know what? If you don't think you deserve better, if you think that only losers deserve better, if you think only corporations deserve to get to benefit for being in the U.S., if you think that, fine. But I don't think that, and I don't think that for my kids. So for you, if you don't care about you, at least care about my kids, man. At least care about my parents. If you don't care about you, if you don't think you deserve health care and your neighbors deserve health care, what about my people? What about my people? Meanwhile, we're Bernie bros. We're toxic because we don't care about anybody else. Look, I think that if you are willing to vote for Joe Biden, you don't care about anybody else. That's what I think. Because last time I checked, he wasn't trying to give everybody health care. He wasn't trying to raise minimum wage. He wasn't trying to legalize marijuana. He wasn't trying to bring home the kids home in the regime change wars. He wasn't trying to fix the environment at the speed or rate that Bernie Sanders is. He had big plans about revitalizing our infrastructure. What is he talking about? He's talking about himself in the old days, in hairy legs, in the time before the time after the time, and some other time. And remember, Morris Day had a song, and the group was called The Time, and at that time, we was listening to The Time, and somebody give me the time, and wow, we had a good time. I mean, he's not talking about anything of substance. So we go into Michigan tomorrow. The bottom line is this, guys. And now I'm going to end it like this, and this is last couple minutes. It's going to be tough. We're going to Michigan, and we need this. I'm not going to lie to you. We need it. It's important. So is Washington State, so are all the other states. Every state, every delegate, here on out is important. It matters. But you know what? We are in this. Say it with me. We in this. We are in this. Look, I'm seeing people get down. Yo, whether you are engaged or not, this is going to happen. So stay in it because we have to finish what we started. And if you believe that if Biden tomorrow drops out because he had a medical emergency, dementia finally set in totally, he was wearing a biker cap, a biker jacket, and a pair of flip-flops on the debate stage. I don't know. Had his zipper down and was wearing, I don't know, a bra for a tie. I don't know, right? But even if that happened, it's still going to be a lot of work getting anything done. We would just win to fight. Again with Trump. And then if we beat Trump, we're going to have to fight again with Congress. This is an ongoing fight, a war, right? So this is a war we're waging. A peaceful war, but it's a war. It's peaceful as, doesn't have guns, but it's going to have carnage. It's going to be a lot of neoliberals strolling about. A lot of failed politicians' careers just everywhere, just, oh, wow, ooh, pew, pew. Look at all of look at the decrepit corpses of Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid. Just look at watch your step. Watch your step. Ooh, look at Chris Matthews. Ooh, gosh. Somebody put a sheet over that man's face, please. So, I can't stress to you enough the fact that this is going to be hard, man. This is not going to be easy. We got a lot of work to do. I need you in this with me. We need to be in this together. You're supposed to cheer me up. You're supposed to pick me up. You're supposed to motivate me too. We're all supposed to motivate each other. I'm doing my job, do your job. Your job, don't quit. My job, don't stop doing what I'm doing. We work together on this. That's what movements are. People working together, unifying around a common goal. The objective is not just to beat Biden. It's not just to beat Trump, it's to get the policies implemented. We have several steps to go. So, with that being said, any setback along that way, we must overcome, bear down, and push through, or we're never going to get to where we need to be. I'm not one of these people, man. I know it's going to be hard. I've been telling you since 2015. There's never been a revolution that was easy, and only easy revolutions are revolutions that did not happen. So this is going to be difficult, but it's worth it if you believe that healthcare should be a human right. If you believe water is life, that's right, no dapple. If you believe that cannabis should be legalized, we need to end mass incarceration. If you believe in justice for all, if you believe in climate change is a real thing, an existential threat that we need to deal with and face, not just talk about, oh no, science. What is wrong with these people? If you believe these things matter, right? If you believe money in politics, we need to get money out of politics. Our electoral justice, election integrity, if you believe in these things, well, you can't stop believing now because it got hard because Joe Biden and the forces converged. Well, we need to bear down. We need to get tougher because it's only going to get tougher. I believe that Joe Biden is not invincible. That's why he need all that support. He need all these people come out for him. None of them could be burning themselves, so they all had to gang up. And if we do everything that we can do, talk to our friends, talk to our neighbors, talk to people we don't know, get the word out, share videos, share stories, share clips. If we do everything that we can do, we can wake enough people up because truth is on our side. I think enough people hear Joe Biden talk, they ain't going to want to vote for him. All they got to do is hear him meander like that. All they need to do is see it. You don't even need to say nothing. They'd be like, what the hell was that? Why he talk that way? Is that clip doctored? No, that's him right there. See his lips moving? No, that's him. So let's fight for it. I think if you don't fight for it and you let this just go and the outcome turns out not what we want, you'll regret it. I know I would regret it if I didn't give it everything I have. Everything. Every ounce of effort I have. I want to be on the right side of history. I want to do the right thing. I want to fight for your kids, my kids, all the kids, all the babies, all over the world. So that's what we need to do. So let's stick together now. We're going, this is serious. Let's bear down and get it done. We're going to Michigan tomorrow. Also, we're in Washington State, Idaho. Let's go make it happen. Phone bank canvas, last minute, round up, do it all. I got love for you. I'll be here to report tomorrow night, no matter what time it is, no matter how late it is. I will be here. Be here for me. Be here for us, not me, us. I got your back. All right, guys. Now, let me go answer some comments. I think we got a couple comments that came in during the show, and I'd like to read those off now. Wow. Jilly Love. Thank you, Jilly Love. Good to have you. Thank you, Jilly. Ben Riley. They canceled the debate, so there's that. They canceled the debate. Scared stiffless. What'd I tell you? You think an invincible person cancels the debate? The debate? Someone notices a vulnerability, Johnson. See, vulnerable people don't cancel. Or I should say, people who are strong don't cancel. Vulnerable people cancel all the time. Giving them stupid faces like that's going to make you win an election. I'm full of shit. My name is Joe Biden. I'm full of it. I'm full of shit. This boo. Who's falling? Man, who's falling for this? Who's falling for the Joe Biden fake I love your faces? I'll pretend to be a fun guy. Tristan. Tristan says, hey, Tim, I was wondering if you would consider having... No. Bazala Bub. Trump-Sanders ticket equaled unstoppable. Ross Hernandez. Don't get it twisted. Rogan is a Bernie bro. Can we force a health assessment for Biden? I don't think we can force it. We could damn sure push the issue. Bernie was on Joe Rogan's show for hours talking very easily. Yes, he was. Biden tried he would just babble for about 5 minutes and split to look for the closest helpless female he can sniff, creep, and hold on to. Gosh. Making things. They had data on the exit polls, 44 thumb drives in Texas, hiding Bernie votes found, and Michigan had 97. Massachusetts had 97,000 votes reallocated from their proper candidate. Can we start calling this a heist? Kip says, give this to Johnson. Thanks, Johnson. How to get an 800 credit score says, Bernie's need to grow against Biden. Millions of people are depending on Bernie to win. There you go. That's how I see it. Zarp. I'm a black Michigan voter, and I'll be voting for Bernie. I think black voters here aren't too happy with Obama and his handling of the Flint water crisis. True. That could help Bernie in the primary tomorrow. I hope so. Buddy, does anyone have contact with Bernie's campaign? Is Bernie getting any of this advice? Get Faiz Shakir on the line. Damn straight, Tim. Thank you from Tacoma. Candle Jack. Look fat, Biden will sniff Tim Ball here. Look fat, Biden will sniff Tim's ball here. Will Biden imploding while debating and ultimately losing to Trump destroy the establishment? And are old heads just stupid? Some of them are stupid. Some people are stupid, Johnson. And I think some people that are doing okay. You know, like some people are doing so well, they don't really need change. That's what I've come to conclude. Some people are doing okay, so they can vote for Amy Klobuchar because they don't need nothing to happen. In fact, things are going so good for them under Trump, they wanted to stay just the way it is. Oh, you think because they got a D on their shirt, on their jacket, or the lapel, that somehow means they want to pay more taxes? Not everybody, Johnson. Not everybody. Hey, thank you, Mike Thompson. John said, I live in Minnesota. Biden was never here but one. Yeah. Beto, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, they rigging. Endorsements just gave the establishment cover the rig. DNC calculate is the economy goes into a great recession, the vote will go against Trump. Man, Wolf, we could have won this a long time ago if only Bernie would pull the effing trigger and put Joe out of his misery. Sad to see our hopes slowly die. Chase, no Joe, 3330. Ben 31, as a black woman, I'm embarrassed by these black sheep falling in line. I want to vomit. Don't vomit. Let's fight. Let's wake them up. I'm trying to wake them up. Trust me, sis. I'm trying to wake them up. I hear you, though. Gets to me as well. Tanya, hey, I had a Biden bro attack me on Facebook today. After I posted on Biden's dementia and lies viciously, too. Really? No one's going to talk about it, though. No, there's no, don't you know, all other candidates' supporters are just sweet angels. And Bernie supporters are only supporters who say anything ever negative online ever. That's it. That's the rule. She then blocked me after I said nothing rude. Truth hurts, but still makes Bernie no more electable in her mind. Love to you. Thank you, sister. GD, NPS. We will never win a class war using race. Ever. The struggling must all come together or lose. We should all be in the streets as Obama sold us out. Darren Sweeney, we in this. Thank you, Darren. Jim Garrison, wake up, sheeple. Phil Byrne. Scholastic, thanks, Tim. Keep bringing the fire. You welcome, Scholastic. Wicked Guru, exit poll data roughly 8% different than vote data. Same as 2016. Have you read about it? I just got here if you already covered it. Richard Mays, no problem, Johnson. Thank you, Richard. Riley, Bernie and Nina in Cleveland tomorrow. Hey, what's up? 216. Amy Ventura, Governor Cuomo wants to use prison labor to make sanitizer, saying it's cheaper for us than to buy on the open market. What is Fredo going to cover? Wow. David Marcel, this is not ending peacefully. I hope they know what the consequences are. Dave Rose, Biden, I'd like to see how your hair would smell in a blizzard. Amy Klobuchar / Biden reference, right? Thrasher, did Bernie say tonight VP will be a woman? He picked what? He did. Well, he said it was going to be a woman. He's already said a woman. He's also said, I think he said a woman of color. I think that's what he said. You know me, I'm pushing for Nina Turner. So that's where I'm at. Okay? I support Nina Turner. I know I want her on my team. Loyalty matters, guys. Loyalty matters. All right, guys, I think that's it. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow as we cover the results of the election tomorrow in the primary. Be here, be square. I'll go all night. It'll be a great show, guys. I hope to see you. Don't forget, become members of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Be part of the community. When we speak truth to power, we don't care who's listening. We want to invite more people in. We have a great message. And it ain't over. Let's fight. Let's do this. I love you. I'll see you soon. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. And remember, sprinkle some facts on them. Johnson. By popular demand, Johnson is here. I have new Johnson designs in my shop. If you want to pick them up, check them out. They are hilarious. They are revolutionary. And they're all Johnson. You're going to love them, man. Check them out. Both parties suck, Johnson. It's one of my favorites. Independent media only, Johnson. Keep it real. We are all Johnson. We are. We're one big community, guys. Go check it out. Independent media only. Johnson's in the house. Both parties suck, Johnson. We are here. They got a special going on right now. Free shipping. Get it today. Wolfpack.